Because I decided in the beginning of the year I wanted to go to an Asian country because of like the whole rediscovering my Asian side.
I always knew I wanted to go to Japan. I always knew that, so that was settled.
I wanted to go there for a long time. I've been studying Japanese since I was in high school, like independently.
My dad is from England, so I was initially interested in that country.
I've always wanted to go to Japan ever since maybe middle school. So I think the biggest thing that excites me is that like this cross-cultural connection with the US and these things that are coming back and forth between both countries, and I just think it's, you know, going there and seeing things that are quote-unquote American and they're Japanese in Japan.
I really want to travel around when I get there, just in the country, and to get a feel for the modernized Japan and the traditional Japan. Kyoto has a lot of the traditional stuff still around, and I want to get a feel for not the big city life, but the rural stuff that still exists, that's untouched by the globalization that's occurred.
After like this year, I kind of like discovered what I want my senior thesis to be about. And Emily Nudge at the honors department like always encourages us to kind of like start figuring out what we want to think about writing. And I'm a political science major, and well, I kind of discovered that I wanted to do like comparative politics, and I think being in Hong Kong would obviously be beneficial academically because I won't just be writing about like what I read in like textbooks and what I see in like movies and videos and stuff. Like I'll actually be there, and I think that'll totally give me a better like paper, right? Because I will have had experience.
First, I just want to take a look around and see if it's like what my mental picture of it, or even close to what my mental picture is. But also, I had some friends who were there because I was involved in the extension center close to UCR. So I want to meet up with them and see how they've grown, and they can see, you know, if I've grown at all.
Personally, I think it'll just, you know, make me grow more as a person, make me more independent. Professionally, I know that as a going into any career, employers look for people that have a more worldwide perspective and that are able to deal with international relations. And academically, I know that just learning from a different standpoint, learning from a different type of system would give me a wider perspective on my major and just my education in general.
I guess the most nervous thing was about whether or not I would actually get it, or I actually would be accepted. But I guess also just the anticipation of going, or the possibility, the process, which was so long that it was just a lot of build up to possibly going to study abroad.
I guess just time issues with remaining time at school, and also just hang-ups about, you know, oh, what if I get my hopes up and I don't get to go? But I just thought that, you know, I should just do it and see what happens.
I've never been out of the country, and I've never really been away from my parents for more than about maybe 2 months at a time. So I was nervous about it, but I'm actually very excited to get this chance to grow and become more independent through the experience.
Well, I knew that I kind of wanted to study abroad, but of course I was really apprehensive because of like the whole price issue. But once I came to the EAP center and learned more about like what it costs and like how you pay for it and like everywhere you can go, I was really encouraged by all the counselors here, and a lot of my friends too that went abroad were like, you have to go, and my parents also. So everyone around me was really encouraging about going abroad. Of course, it was my decision.
I think the biggest concern is money. The cost of living is so high in Japan, and the financial state of just the country right now is awful. Money is still kind of an issue, but to minimize the cost to myself as much as possible, I just started looking for scholarships. I found out about it through the EAP website and through meetings with Michael Cruz, the advisor.
I wasn't like officially a year-long student yet. I was only enrolled in the fall, and I was like, oh man, like I know I'm going for a year, but I'm only enrolled in the fall. So I mean that's the first thing, like the whole like requirement thing. I was wondering if I should even apply, but like LaSharon, you and Mike totally like encouraged me to go for it, and so I did.
I remember applying for a lot of scholarships when I started college, and I didn't really get anywhere with them. I felt like I was doing a lot of work and I was getting my hopes up. I thought, oh, I got these really good scholarship essays, and not a lot of them panned out for me. And so I guess I really was a little bit nervous, but I still turned it in anyway. It was very hopeful.
I think the biggest doubt was whether or not I would get it. Seeing that there was a lot of other people applying and how very few there were, I think the hardest part was worrying about if I could portray myself and give a good impression of myself on, you know, an application, that I could get it.
When Linda Duttenhaver came to UC Riverside and she had that workshop where she was talking to everyone about the scholarship, it kind of motivated me, well, it really motivated me a lot more to do it, because she just seemed like she judged these things differently. I was really, I was impressed by the fact that she didn't want us to just come out and just blurt the normal things that people, you know, want to hear on scholarships, just the same rehashed stuff. Like, she really wanted to know, why do we really want to go? And so that made me a lot more motivated to really, you know, just, I can say what I want to say and see if she thinks I'm eligible.
Don't turn away any opportunities for scholarships or for any kind of help that you can possibly get, whether it's money or whether it's just talking to the staff at EAP, or whether it's talking, if you actually get in the program and actually talking to teachers or whatever. Just don't turn away the opportunity to actually get help in anything.
A lot of resources everywhere with people and on the internet, and that most people, you ask for help, they'll help you. And I think that's sometimes the hardest part, where you feel like you don't have anyone to go to or you're alone, but there's a big community of people that are willing to help, of other EAPers or study abroad people that, you know, you just need to ask.
At least when I start to get nervous, I clam up, and people don't get a good sense of who I am. So I try to just relax and have confidence that this is where you should be, this is what you want, and go for it. Never be afraid to go for it.
Just to really think about why you want to go, and think about it more in depth of, you know, oh, I want to travel. Just to really think about, like, how you asked me professionally, academically, personally, like, why would you want to go? How is this going to benefit you? How is it going to affect your education and your career? And really think about that, and then write your essay to make sure that, you know, that you're actually going for a good purpose, that you're not just, you know, I kind of want to go sort of thing.
Like, really think of why they want to go, because that makes for a really strong essay, in my opinion. I mean, not only like essay writing skills and like grammar skills, but to have like a focused direction of why you really want to go. Like, I talk to like some of my friends, and like when I tell them why I want to go, they're always like, wow, you're like the only person I heard that actually has like an academic and like solid personal reason why they want to go, instead of like partying. So, I mean, I would say, like, figure it out, and that's part of, oh my gosh, that's part of the fun about, like, getting ready to go, is, like, figuring out what your, like, purpose is. And, of course, like, when you're there, like, you'll learn all these other different things that you never thought you would, but when you, like, find that thing, like, oh, this is, like, going to be good for my senior thesis, like, it's going to be so exciting to, like, write about it and all this stuff.
Was to see the world.